very warm welcome. This is Luntha TV News, and I'm Kathy Matura, bringing you the news with hope and faith live from the Bishop Nevi Media Center here in Lilongwe. First, the headlines. Pope Leo XIV urges African youth to reject violence and corruption and become bearers of peace, justice, and solidarity. Malawi diaspora in Zimbabwe donates relief items as government assures effective distribution amid flood response. Government cracks down on fraud in social cash transfer program. In our exclusive report this week, Emmanuel Chiwocha assesses how serious waste management and disposal is in Malawi and what government is doing to ensure a clean and healthy environment. We now give you the news in detail. Pope Leo XIV has called on African youth to reject every form of violence, abuse, and corruption, urging them instead to become instruments of peace, justice, and fraternity during a solemn Eucharist celebration in Douala, Cameroon. Celebrating Mass at the Japoma Stadium on the third day of his apostolic journey to Cameroon, the Holy Father addressed an immense gathering of the faithful, estimated at around 600,000 people, inviting them to reflect on Christ's miracle of the multiplication of the loaves of bread, fishes as a sign of God's providence and shared responsibility. We have a Vatican News report read by Charit Chilanga.
Arriving in Douala, Pope Leo XIV celebrated Mass at Japoma Stadium before an immense crowd of the faithful, where he reflected on the miracle of the multiplication of the loaves and fishes as a call to shared responsibility and solidarity. In his homily, the Holy Father said the true miracle is found in sharing, noting that God provides enough for all when human beings reject greed, hoarding, and waste and choose fraternity instead. He added that humanity also hungers for peace, justice, and freedom, and that every act of solidarity and forgiveness becomes a morsel of bread for a wounded world in need of care. Pope Leo stressed that Christ strengthens the Church through the Eucharist, which nourishes body and soul and sustains the faithful in moments of fear, suffering, and uncertainty. Turning to African youth, the Pope encouraged them to multiply their talents through faith, perseverance, and friendship, and to become active witnesses of hope by serving their communities with wisdom and integrity. He warned young people against violence, corruption, and exploitation, saying these practices promise quick gain, but ultimately destroy dignity and harden the heart, while reminding them that their true wealth lies in their values of faith, family, hospitality, and work. Concluding his homily, Pope Leo called on all Christians to proclaim the gospel through visible signs of justice, peace, and faith that uplift the suffering and bring true liberation from sin and death.
In news from the local church, Auxiliary Bishop for the Lilongwe Archdiocese, Vincent Makwawa, has officially launched a physiotherapy section at Madisi Mission Hospital under Madisi Catholic Parish. Speaking during the launch communities, he described the introduction of physiotherapy services as a major step forward in improving access to specialized care, especially for patients recovering from injuries and surgeries, as well as those living with physical disabilities. Our Patrick Pupa reports.
Makwawa further reaffirmed the Catholic Church commitment to supporting government efforts in delivering quality healthcare services. He said the establishment of the new physiotherapy unit will help ease congestion in major referral hospitals by bringing vital rehabilitation services closer to people in rural areas. The bishop also called on the community to make proper use of the facility and encourage healthcare workers to serve with dedication, compassion, and professionalism. He emphasized that the church promotes holistic care that caters for both spiritual and physical well-being.
Physiotherapy here at Matisse Hospital is a milestone in the Archdiocese because it's a first of its kind. At the same time, the church wants to continue the news of Jesus, providing healing and support so that a human being should have dignity, because it is church conviction from the Word of God and its teaching that a human being should live with dignity through a healthy living. At the same time, at this hospital also, we had an opportunity to appreciate the health workers and the community here, that they should take care of this hospital and also that they should work with love and commitment, not to put money and the selfish interest first, because our country is destroyed and we are going backwards in certain areas because people are full of selfishness. They put money first instead of putting life of people first. So I was encouraging them to continue the spirit that I've demonstrated and to take care of all the equipment that we have received here from our friends in Germany to support our people. At the same time, I was also encouraging parents over here and the community at large that they should continue to support this hospital. This hospital is a paying hospital. The services they get, they have to contribute something because it's a mission hospital.
Meanwhile, Lalisa Newman, physiotherapist, has appealed to the community to take responsibility in safeguarding the facility, stressing that the Archdiocese vision is to ensure access to quality and affordable health care for all, regardless of social statuses.
The capacity, in general, the capacity of patients for the ambulant part is around 10 patients per day. So most of the patients we are treating 1 hour. It depends on, sometimes the little babies are tired and crying, then we have to stop the treatment. And sometimes 3 or 4 patients are there at the same time. That means we are treating them together. Sometimes we observe that the agogos, the older ones, are happy when a baby is there. The baby is sometimes happy when an older person is there. So we can mix the treatments because sometimes the people are coming, everybody at 10 o'clock.
The physiotherapy section has been constructed with support from German government through an organization known as Agiamondo in collaboration with the Franciscan Sisters. Madisi Mission Hospital serves a direct catchment population of approximately 27,650 people and continues to be a beacon of hope for communities in Lilongwe, Dowa, Kasongo, Nchisi, Mchinji, Salima, and surrounding areas. For Luntha News in Dowa, this is Patrick Pupa.
In Zimbabwe have donated relief items to support people affected by floods in Malawi, with government assuring that all contributions will be efficiently distributed to the intended beneficiaries through established disaster management systems. One of the representatives of Manes, Reverend Mizeki Mndola, said they donated second-hand clothes, shoes and plastic items to support affected Malawians. He said the donation was made out of compassion to meet basic needs. After receiving the donation at Capitol Hill in Lilongwe, Dodma Commissioner Wilson Mullen expressed gratitude for the support, saying it comes at a critical time as Malawi responds to floods affecting 23 councils. He assured that the items will be distributed while noting that the response still faces a funding gap. More in our report filed by Gift Kalonga.
Reverend Mizeki Mndola, one of the representatives of Manazi, said Malawians living in Zimbabwe have donated second-hand clothes, shoes, and plastic items to support people affected by disasters in Malawi. He said the contribution was collected through collective efforts aimed at assisting those in need. Ndola said the donation was driven by compassion for fellow Malawians facing hardship, noting that the items were meant to help meet basic needs such as clothing and daily essentials for affected communities.
Second-hand clothes, bearing in mind of the basic human needs, especially clothes. So we have donated second-hand clothes, some shoes, and also some plastic items which we have brought so that our friends can be assisted.
After receiving the donation, Dodma Commissioner Wilson Moren expressed gratitude for the support, saying it has come at a critical time as Malawi continues responding to widespread flooding affecting about 23 councils. He said government is currently implementing response measures and will ensure that all relief items are distributed to the intended beneficiaries through established systems. Moren also noted that disaster response needs remain high, with a growing fund gap, but assured the public that full response plan will be communicated soon as assessment continue.
To respond to that. And so I can assure Malawians that these resources will be distributed to the affected populations, just like we've done with the previous resources that we have received from various donors.
Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Chances Mwaka, has expressed appreciation for the support from Malawians living in Zimbabwe. He said the diaspora continues to play a key role in complementing government efforts during disaster. Simwaka said the donations are being connected with the Department of Disaster Management Affairs, DODMA, to ensure proper delivery to affected communities, adding that authorities are working closely with partners to sustain ongoing relief efforts.
So as a country, also as Minister of Foreign Affairs who coordinate diaspora community, we are so grateful that the Malawians living in Zimbabwe are so organized and have got the love and passion to assist whenever they hear of problems befalling us in Malawi.
Meanwhile, Dodma said there is a resource gap affecting the response plan and added that it will provide more information to the public next week. For Luntha News in Lilongwe, this is Gift Kalonga.
Government has condemned cases of favoritism and fraud among officials involved in the distribution of funds under the Social Care Transfer Program in hunger-stricken districts across the country. Minister of Labour Joel Chigona made the remarks during a cash disbursement exercise at Makande village under Senior Chief Maganga in Salima district on Thursday. Representing the Minister of Gender, Community Development and Social Welfare, Mary Navija, Chigona said government has introduced the use of mobile money platforms to enhance transparency and reduce malpractices in the distribution process, but warned that any officials found engaging in fraudulent activities who face disciplinary action. Fales Chizombe is reading a report.
To use the funds responsibly by prioritizing food purchases to safeguard household livelihoods and improve nutrition. He then commended the Germany government for the lean season response support it is rendering to the country, reaching to over 121,000 households in 7 districts, including Salima.
First of all, let me thank His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika for this, and then our partners, who is the German government. Today I've witnessed the distribution of these items, and I'm very much pleased, and I hope to ask the government to keep on with this program, because it is indeed helping the people who have been heavily affected by drought. And as you know, Salima has been heavily hit by this drought. And with this distribution of items, I hope it is pleasure for us.
One of the beneficiaries, Rashidi Omali, commended the government for the support, saying the assistance will help ease hunger as families will be able to buy maize.
To feed my family. Before this, we were struggling with hunger because I could not even meet my children's school needs, but now things will start to improve.
Speaking on behalf of the Germany ambassador, KfW Development Bank Portfolio Coordinator for Social Cash Transfer Program, Hendrin Kajule Mokolosi, has since pledged continued commitment towards the initiative, saying they aim to reach out to more people, especially children, the elderly, and people with disabilities.
It has been supporting the social cash transfer since 2012. So our purpose is to help the households in Malawi, especially the elderly, disabled, as well as the child-headed households and chronically ill. As you recall, the president of the country...
The Malawi government, with support from the Germany government through KfW Bank to the tune of approximately 12 billion kwacha, is assisting 121,896 households affected by hunger in the districts of Salima, Mchinji, Machinga, Mangochi, and Likoma. In Salima alone, 38,787 households have received 90,000 kwacha each for the month of April to enable them to purchase food.
Mental health expert Sandra Mapemba has raised concern over the misuse of grain preservation tablets, saying access to harmful substances combined with underlying distress can increase risks to individuals. She made the remarks in an interview with Luntha television following growing reports of people using such substances outside their intended purposes. Judith Organ has filed this report.
Mapemba said from a mental health perspective, there are multiple factors that can push individuals towards harmful actions, including emotional distress and a lack of support systems. She said in some cases, such actions may be a cry for help, while easy access to harmful substances can worsen the situation by making it easier for individuals to act on harmful thoughts. Mapemba further emphasized the importance of identifying early warning signs such as isolation, withdrawal from social activities, and changes in behavior within communities.
24 hours, this is already an issue of mental health. It gives people a chance to wallow in their thoughts and then leads to maybe harmful practices. So it's about drawing people out, getting people out of homes and within their own age groups, socializing and the like. So you really need to get people active and away from isolated aspects or self-discrimination in that sense. So those are the first steps that we would want to encourage. In terms of access to substances, these are within your homes, making sure that harmful substances are put away or they're in areas where people can't reach. So, for example, if you have a pantry full of harmful goods, it will be easier for somebody to access. If these things are locked up or put away in heights where they can't access, then there's less access to harmful substances.
She added that communities need to encourage social interaction and ensure individuals do not isolate themselves, as these can lead to negative thoughts, patterns, and harmful practices. Mapemba also stressed the need for proper storage of potentially dangerous substances in homes, saying restricting access can help reduce risks and improve safety. For Luntha News in Lilongwe, this is Judith Organ.
An aspirant for vice chairperson of MISA Malawi, Nathan Majawa, is pledged to promote media growth and strengthen member inclusion, saying his focus is to ensure all members feel part of the institution while advancing media freedom in the country. Majawa was speaking during his visit to Luntha TV in Lilongwe, where he had an interface with media practitioners for Luntha TV studios in Lilongwe. More in this report filed by Gift Kalonga and read in our studios by Constance Kamtemeni.
For Vice Chairperson for MISA Malawi, Nathan Majawa, said his priority is to strengthen member participation, noting that MISA Malawi must remain a member-driven institution where every journalist feels represented and actively involved. He added that he will promote media freedom by working with key stakeholders to ensure journalists operate in a safe and enabling environment without fear or interference. Majawa further emphasized the need to improve professionalism in this sector through training and capacity building, aimed at equipping media practitioners with relevant skills.
Media Council of Malawi, so that the industry is well focused on the issue of promotion of media freedom, which is enshrined in our Constitution, Section 35, 36, and 37, as well as to make sure that our media personnel are enjoying or are practicing in the good environment, or they are being protected from all sorts of issues that affect them day-to-day life.
Meanwhile, MISA Malawi is expected to conduct its elections for its leaders on 9th May 2026. The journalists' body holds elections after every 3 years.
Vice President of the Malawi Olympic Committee, Major General Francis Kakuta Banda, says the development of structured sports systems is key to improving Malawi's performance in international competitions. He made the remarks in Lilongwe during the closing ceremony of a Development of National Sports Structures DNSS training workshop for athletics organized to strengthen coaching and technical capacity in the country. Alison Banda reports.
Major General Banda said the workshop was organized to ensure that Malawi establishes proper sports structures, including well-trained coaches, technical staff, and improved talent identification systems. He noted that with such strikers in place, the country stands a better chance of winning medals in international competitions, adding that follow-ups will be conducted to ensure that the knowledge gained is effectively implemented. President of Athletics of Malawi, Kondwani Chimwala, described the training as a significant step towards strengthening athletics in the country. Chimwala said the workshop has helped lay a strong foundation by equipping technical officials and coaches with essential skills, particularly those who attend a Level 1 certification. He encouraged more participants to enroll in online courses to further enhance their expertise, expressing optimism that the training will lead to improved athletic performance in the upcoming competitions. Sports development consultant and training facilitator Oliver Skier urged coaches to take advantage of e-learning opportunities to obtain internationally recognized licenses. He emphasized the importance of continuous learning and certification through World Athletics to enhance coaching standards in Malawi. The DNSS training is expected to improve coaching capacity, strengthening regional athletics structures, and to contribute to the development of competitive athletes across Malawi.
Malawi is widely recognized as having one of the lowest levels of sanitation and hygiene coverage in Africa, particularly in terms of safely managed sanitation. While the country has made notable progress in improving access to clean water, sanitation remains a major challenge. According to Water, Sanitation and Hygiene Watch data from the World Bank and UNICEF between 2020 and 2024, Malawi consistently ranks among the lowest globally in sanitation access, often falling within the bottom 10 to 20 countries, especially in safely managed sanitation. In this special report, Emmanuel Chiwocha assesses how serious waste management and disposal is in Malawi and what the government is doing to ensure a clean and healthy environment. As the church, we give you the special report.
Malawi is a blessed country with natural attractions, such as lakes, national parks, game reserves, and mountains. One would expect high standards of sanitation to match its tourism potential. However, the reality tells a different story. In the capital city, Lilongwe, unregulated street vending, poor waste disposal, and limited access to public toilets paint a concerning picture. This raises questions about public awareness and responsibility when it comes to hygiene and environmental care. In response, President Professor Peter Mutharika and his administration have taken steps to address the situation. The Minister of Health and Sanitation recently launched Executive Order No. 2 of 2026, which focuses on improving sanitation and hygiene standards nationwide. Speaking to Luntha Television, Minister of Health and Sanitation, Madalitso Baloi, emphasized that maintaining hygiene is essential for preserving Malawi's identity as the warm heart of Africa. Baloi highlighted that hygiene and environmental management are key drivers of socio-economic development. She added that the government has procured waste collection vehicles which will be distributed to central hospitals in Lilongwe, Blantyre, Zomba, and Mzuzu, as well as city councils to improve waste management.
Waste management and disposal is being adhered to and is being done. We are changing the face of Malawi, we are changing the face of schools, we are changing the face of our markets and everywhere where people are gathering. And I'm appealing to all Malawians that this should start with everyone, should start at our household, should start at our offices.
City councils are also stepping up their efforts. Mayors from Lilongwe, Blantyre, Zomba, and Mzuzu have been engaging in a cleaning up campaigns. For instance, Blantyre City Mayor Isaac Jomo Osman has been working with vendors and shop owners to promote cleanliness. However, these efforts faces challenges, including congestion and lack of proper market infrastructure. Lilongwe City Council Chief Executive Officer Clement Stambuli says plans are underway to construct a modern equipped market with proper facilities to accommodate vendors and improve sanitation. Experts agree that government's efforts alone are not enough. Collaboration between authorities, organizations, and citizens is critical. Members of Parliament from Buga constituency, Lincoln Iliwonde, is urging communities to take a leading role in maintaining cleanliness. He stressed that promoting public health is a shared responsibility, especially in preventing diseases outbreak such as cholera.
There is no wealth without health. So for us, sanitation is very important, as you have seen the minister giving a demonstration that if we are clean and clear in our communities, we can therefore avoid diseases. So it's a very important occasion today.
Civil society organizations working in the wash sector echo similar sentiments. Ule Muchiruzi note that while Malawi has made progress in access to clean water, sanitation still lags behind. However, he commends the government introduction of the executive order as a stepping in the right direction.
As a country, in just taking this executive order, looking at sanitation itself, which is a very big issue. When you look at SGD, where we are trying to achieve our goals as regards to sanitation, we are lagging behind.
Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Benny Pili, agrees, stating that his ministry will ensure citizens take full responsibility for their environment. He also commends President for prioritizing sanitation and environment management.
The garbages that we're collecting should now be put to good use. So I wanted to say we were sleeping as a country, both citizens as well as departments, and we thank the President that he has now finally woken us up to understand that it is a healthy nation that becomes productive.
While Malawi has made strides in improving access to clean water, the sanitation gap remains a serious public health concern. Government intervention, including policy reforms and investment in the waste management infrastructure, signals commitment, but lasting change will depend on the collective action. From city authorities to local communities, every citizen has a role to play. Without a shifting in mindset and stronger enforcement of sanitation practices, Malawi risks undermining its development goals and public health gains. For a country known as the warm heart of Africa, keeping its environment clean is not just a necessity, it is a responsibility. For Luntha TV in Lilongwe, this is Emmanuel Chiwocha.
That special report by Emmanuel Chiwocha on waste management and disposal in Malawi brings us to the end of this bulletin. But before I go, here is a recap of the news making the headlines. Pope Leo XIV urges African youth to reject violence and corruption and become bearers of peace, justice, and solidarity. Malawi diaspora in Zimbabwe donates relief items as government assures effective distribution amid flood response. Government cracks down on fraud in social cash transfer program. In our exclusive report this week, Emmanuel Chiwocha assesses how serious waste management and disposal is in Malawi and what government is doing to ensure a clean and healthy environment. As the church comes to the end of the second week of Easter, we reflect on the gospel account of the young boy who offered his loaves and fish to the Christ and how the Lord multiplied the humble gift to feed thousands. In the same spirit, the Holy Father's message to Africa's youth reminds us that small acts of generosity, honesty and courage can transform nations. From all of us here, the Bishop Nevi Media Center, from Luntha TV here in Lilongwe, I'm Kathy Matura. May God guide Malawi. Stay blessed and keep hope. Goodbye for now.
School fees kwaphuleka tsopano. Listen the fees by Airdo Money.